Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and I appreciate you being here at the channel today. If you have not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy the content that is presented, please hit the like button. We appreciate that. And our topic for you today, it's the 11 pitfalls of starting a new gym or the 11 pitfalls of acquiring a new gym. So if you're in that mode where you're looking to start something new, or you're going to be acquiring something, or we'll throw a third one in there, you already have one. Okay, so there's three different angles you can approach this from. Let's talk about this. Let's see if you can find yourself in here or any of these pitfalls happening to you. And so number one on our list is buying a job rather than a business. Now, if it's a business, okay, this will run just as well, just as effectively, and just as efficiently, even if you're not there. You know, if it's a job, you need to show up every day, be there every day, make sure you're doing it every day. And one of the other things that we could look at here is when you're evaluating this, you want to be working on your business, not in your business. Don't let this become an anchor for you. Okay, so pitfall number one. Number two, maybe you're a great trainer. Maybe you're even a fitness enthusiast, but you're a great trainer, but you have no idea how to run a business that sells training or that sells fitness. Okay, and one of the things you want to make sure you do here, if this defines you, if you're that great trainer or you're that enthusiast and you're great at those things, but you have no idea how to run a business that sells that, you're going to have a big problem. And so you want to make sure that you get yourself some training and some education on sales, sales process, and all that entails, and as well as marketing. Great resource for that would be this very channel. You know, use this channel for daily training, not only for you, but also your staff. Number three, and we put this down here as a pitfall, and I'll tell you why, but it's taking on a business partner. You know, you're starting a new gym, you're acquiring one, you're already in that situation, taking on a business partner. And I can only speak from my experience as, you know, many times we get involved with operations and we start talking about, you know, hey, what would you like to have done? And they say, well, Jim, the first thing I'd like to do is get out of this partnership. And so, you know, sometimes it can work really well, you know, as long as we've got our, you know, everything's kind of laid out and everybody understands, you know, what their roles are. But many times taking on that partner can be a problem. And if you're doing it, you know, because of funding reasons, you know, maybe take on, you know, funding in terms of debt. Maybe you don't take it on, you know, in terms of equity. But I know many times, you know, having that partner involvement can be a challenge for a lot of folks just because, you know, people go different directions. Number four, you know, starting a business from scratch, you know, rather than acquiring an existing gym. Now, let me say this, there's really nothing wrong with starting something from scratch. You know, truthfully, the only problems you're going to have on that are the ones that you create yourself. So, you know, you're creating something that's brand new. But one of the things about acquiring an existing gym that I really like is that when you acquire that gym, you know, as they say in the marketing world, you know, you're acquiring the eyeballs, right, of all the members. All the members that are coming in, you can sell them add-ons, upgrades, personal training, retail, nutrition, host of things that you can sell them. They can bring in their friends, they can participate in events. So when you acquire an existing business, you can start selling immediately without a whole lot of difficulty in most cases. Whereas a brand new gym, you know, it's an empty room, you know, if you're doing pre-sales, okay? The other thing about acquiring an existing gym, you can almost combine the two. You know, you might acquire an existing gym that has 1 or 2 years left on its lease, use that as your pre-sales, take advantage of all the eyeballs, okay, use that as your pre-sales, and then about a mile down the road you're building your brand new facility, and then you can move them on over. This is a great way, you know, to really ramp up production. So in the big picture, I like the idea of being able to sell, you know, to additional folks. That's why I like the acquisition, although both of them actually can work for you. Number five, you know, thinking that the business idea will make money. Thinking that the business idea will make money. And the idea itself won't. Okay, yeah, you want to have great products and great services, no doubt. But what you're trying to build here is a great company. And one of the ways you build great companies is you build great people. And you have those processes and systems and accountabilities and all the things that go into it. The idea in and of itself, won't do that for you. Number 6, we think too small. This one's pretty common. We see this a lot when you get into clubs and we're trying to, help them grow and, really become bigger than what they are. Is we develop this small think. And what we want to do is we want to think big. And the great thing about thinking big, doesn't cost us a penny, not a dime. So instead of saying I want to do 100 sales this month, for example, maybe it's 200. And so then what we have to do that backs that up is we have to create an action plan that matches that. We have to raise our action level to match that new think. But think bigger. And really, if you took all of these, that may be one that you might want to think about doing right now. Whatever you're thinking right now, whatever those goals are right now, how would it look if you doubled them, you tripled them, you quadrupled them, or even more? Okay, and then put together an action plan of what it would take. Okay, go to work. Didn't cost you a penny. Okay, I'd much rather see you fall short of this real big goal than maybe hitting a smaller goal. Okay. Number 7, trying to compete on price and price alone. Too many folks, they think price is the answer. It's not always the answer. What people want is they want their problem solved, okay? And in even existing operations, one of their common ways of handling competition, I'm going to lower my price. Don't try to compete on the price. Compete on the value, if you want to look at it that way, is, how can I solve problems for folks? How can I provide solutions? And going back to what I talked about earlier, look at differentiation. What are you doing that's so different than everybody else? What are you providing to your marketplace that nobody else is doing? Now all of a sudden you're not competing on anything. Now you're dominating a marketplace. So, but the pitfall here is trying to compete on price and price alone. Number 8, trying to cost cut your way to success. You will never, ever, ever grow your business by cutting cost. It's never going to happen. This is something that maybe we need to do sometimes when we're getting something turned around. We need to get a grip on cash flow, make sure that we're bringing money in, we have a positive cash balance every month. There's times for that, but you're never going to cut your way into growth. Okay, you're going to have to push your way into growth, to market and to sell and to promote. Okay, you're never going to cut your way into growth. So don't try to cost cut your way into success. That's not going to be a long-term solution for you. The number 9 on our list is hiring cheap employees. The reality is you're going to get what you pay for. Okay, if you want to pay minimum wage, you're probably going to get a minimum wage effort. If you want to have great employees, really create an opportunity for them. And one of the things I would suggest on this, what I like to see you do, is no matter what the role is in your company, make it tied to performance at some level. Everybody is tied to performance at some level. We typically think about that when it comes to membership sales and all that, and we have a membership commission schedule. But have this for everybody, because you want people to really be able to have an opportunity, because you as an owner, you're going to get what you pay for. Don't just hire cheap employees. Number 10, focusing on only one area of your gym, or not focusing on all of them. And we're talking sales, we're talking marketing, we're talking finance, we're talking administrative, we're talking operation. Okay, those are the 5 big areas of your gym. You have to focus on every single one of these. It can't just be one of them that I focus on, or 2, or even 3. You have to focus on every single one of them. Another common area, because what happens is we have a tendency to focus maybe on what we think we're the best at. And fine, but make sure we get someone else to focus on the others so you're getting equal attention to each of those. And then finally on our list, number 11, not testing or measuring anything. A lot of clubs will fall into this trap. Now, as far as the testing, if you're struggling, I'm not a big fan of testing. I like to come in with proven programs that historically say it's probably going to work. So that wouldn't really be the time to test. Now, if I'm having a lot of success, that is a good time to do some testing. But the other thing that really you can address right now is measuring. You want to be measuring everything. Do you know your key performance indicators? I mean, do you know what your closing percentage is? Do you know what your show percentage is? Do you know what your set percentage is? I mean, how many outbound calls are you making a day? How many are you getting a hold of? How many new leads are you bringing in every day? I mean, know your numbers. And, you want to know your numbers because you want to know that conditions are going to change. And when they change and now all of a sudden your numbers have changed, you need to know why so that you can go in there and fix it. So make sure we're measuring as well. So 11 pitfalls, whether you're starting a new gym, you've acquired one, or if you're in operation right now, take a look at each one of these. If you're not hitting on all cylinders, there's a good chance you have more than one of those that could be causing a problem for you right now. So take a look. If you need some help on it, click the links below. We're still offering a free complimentary 45-minute strategy session if you like. If it's not available when you get there, click back because sometimes those seats will open up. So folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. I hope you all have a great day.